CymaBay is a clinical stage biotechnology company focused on improving the lives of patients with liver and other chronic diseases. Our goal is to not only develop but also provide access to innovative therapies to patients. We're dedicated, in fact, to improving the quality of healthcare by addressing the needs of patients, their caregivers, and their communities.
We're focused on cholestatic and fatty liver diseases, understanding the causes and consequences of liver injury and sequelae of inflammation, fibrosis. In particular, we've been focused on understanding seladelpar, our potent and selective PPAR delta agonist, which is a lead. We've been investigating its effects in both preclinical and animal models, in which we've been able to show that it has effects on attenuating bile acid levels, directly attacking inflammation, and reducing inflammation and fibrosis. What's been particularly gratifying has been to take it to the next step, to translate these effects for markers in PBC patients.
The work of companies like CymaBay is absolutely essential to our patients and to the doctors that look after them, who want there to be a real panorama of licensed therapies that are effective and really do tackle the unmet needs of our patients. What they're doing, which is really unique, is taking a drug that's highly potent, has very specific biological properties against a very important nuclear receptor, and showing how that agonism against the PPAR delta pathway can really halt inflammation, fibrosis, but potentially also make patients feel better.
I came today to share my patient experience as a way to connect a patient to what they do every day. I woke up one day with itch from head to toe like I have never had. I have allergies and I suspected that's what was causing the itch, but it didn't feel the same to me. So I went to my local medical provider's clinic and I saw a physician assistant. And ultimately he said, yeah, you're probably right, it's allergies. But there's this really rare disease and I'm just gonna run this blood test to rule it out. And so I'm gonna give you medicine, and when I don't call you at 2 o'clock, go ahead and start the medicine. The phone rang at 1:50 and he said, remember that rare disease I said you didn't have? Well, you're going to need some further testing because I think you do. So then I began the process of diagnosis for primary biliary cholangitis, or PBC. We all get caught up in our environment of our heads are down and working, and my goal was to put a face to this disease and make it real and say, this is why you're doing what you're doing, to help people like me and all the other tens of thousands that have PBC.
Our approach internally in the end is to understand that none of us have all of the answers. So our commitment to each other really is key and central to the way that we operate day to day.
I think one of the magnificent things when you work in a biotech company or a pharmaceutical company is that you are working for patients. And everything I do every day is to make them happy. And I'm trying to make sure that people remember that every day. So when we have a big problem, when it's difficult, we have tough decisions, I'm always thinking about patient and saying, okay, is that good for the patients?
The most exciting thing about working at CymaBay is the opportunity to have an impact on people's lives and their families' lives. One of the most rewarding things about my job is when I get to talk to a study investigator or a study coordinator and I hear anecdotal positive feedback about the impact that participating in our studies have had on patients' lives.
The core values at CymaBay that speak the most to me are integrity, clarity, teamwork, and compassion. We do what we do every day based on these core values, and we operate in an open and honest environment.
There are a core group of folks here at CymaBay that have been here for 10+ years and have been through all of the ups and downs of clinical development here at the company. Where I think that helps us is now that we've found some success, now that we've found an opportunity to truly improve the lives of patients with PBC, those times that are deep in the recesses of our memories really serve to keep us grounded. This year, CymaBay, for the first time in the company's history, is a phase 3 company. For us, that means that there's an opportunity really in the near term now to finally bring an innovative therapy to patients. When I think about the future, I'm grounded on that one single element. There's of course many objectives we have here at the company, including continuing to develop our pipeline. But the core objective and the core of what I see around the future for CymaBay is seeing seladelpar in the hands of patients.